What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Before I get into this video, as always, I want to remind you guys that if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to Too Raw for TV, please subscribe to Too Raw for TV. If you haven't hit that notification button, please hit that button so that you'll be notified of any and every video that drops on this channel as soon as it drops. And also, hit that like button if you like or at least appreciate the content that's on my channel. If you want to show love to Too Raw for TV, if you choose to, you can do so in the links provided in the description box below. And also, I have a Patreon, and I have close to 50 videos, I think, now on Patreon. And for only $2 per month on the Patreon, if you want to support me on there, I'm able to talk about stuff I can't talk about on YouTube for obvious reasons. And I appreciate everybody that supported me and continues to support me over the past several months. I want to address this to the hater that commented at me on my I think it was my Kawhi Leonard video. I think it was that one. Or it might have been the video about Jordan. I can't remember which one. But it's funny that you'll say me and Ticket or haters, excuse me, two begging ass niggas or whatever, right? But a dude like him, right, will have no problem kicking up all his money to a chick on Chatterbait or giving donations to a twerking queen on YouTube or giving his money to a dude with a mainstream complexion wearing a suit that sounds intelligent and sounds important. Or this guy sounds like you know what he's talking about. I'm gonna contribute to him. But someone like me who's grinding, trying to work, everyday jobs and stuff like that, but I'm still trying to, I'm still trying to give out information and try to be informative. And, you know, somehow with me, it's begging. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I plug because that's what you do. You plug. But I don't ever put a gun in my head and say, boy, give me the change, nigga. If a person gives me a penny, that's an honor. And you don't have to. This is a free service. I give the option if a person wants to do that. But that's just somebody in their own personal life who's not happy and, they think, you know, I don't know. But anyway, let me get to the point. Enough of that. Earlier report came out today that Stephen Curry was going to miss the entire season. It was a Bleacher Report article. And shout out to Ticket TV. He did a video about this already. And now, since the report has come out, the Golden State Warriors organization have refuted that report, saying it's not true. Yeah, they acknowledge that the fracture was worse than originally thought, but that he's already had surgery, Curry, and that he'll be reevaluated February 1st. Now, this is the thing, though. All right. The original report was that Curry was going to be out 3 months. So that was until what? January? Let me see. He got injured, late October? November, December, January. Yeah, about February the 1st. But now that there's talking about reevaluation, yeah, that would make me think that it's not just an injury, okay, then surgery, then rehabilitation process. This must have been a fracture that was a lot more complex than originally thought. And at that point, if you still got to be reevaluated, we see from here rather than okay, this process should be over by late January at the latest, and it is more serious. At least to me, right? So it's either two things. It's either that the fracture is a lot more serious than originally thought, okay, and Curry may not play until I'm just guessing how the season is going. Maybe until April, March. But I think what it really is, guys, and you just gotta use your critical thinking skills. The Warriors probably are tanking now. They're tanking, and you already lost Kevin Durant via free agency, even though he got injured, right? Then you already don't have Klay Thompson. All right, Klay is not coming back until like what, at best late February, March. All right. Then Steph Curry got injured. Then Draymond faked his injury. I mean, ligament damage. All right. But these guys injured. Shoot, I'm gonna be injured too. It's like, I sometimes think, man, with some of these dudes, it's like a hierarchy, man. Like, well, these guys are my teammates, but these guys are some rookies. These some newbies. You know how like that shit is in high school. Like, man, I ain't hanging around a bunch of freshmen. I'm a senior. Even though we're all in high school, but it's a hierarchy thing. Like Draymond is a multiple time champion, and he's too high and mighty to play with a bunch of novices and non ring having players. You know, I don't know. You never know with some of these dudes, man. But it's obvious to me that the Warriors are tanking now. They're tanking, and basically they're trying to preserve their assets. And it doesn't make any sense when you're talking about like reevaluation, right? Doesn't make any sense. By that time, half the season over, and you look, and the Warriors are 10-31. Really, no point of bringing Curry back. I mean, because the chances of you making the playoffs at that time are pretty much nil. I mean, it's been some dramatic. Because think about it, they could go on a. They would have to go on a historic run. Like they would have to do some Miami Heat 27 game win streak or Lakers record 33 game winning streak just to break 500 for the rest of the season. And that ain't happening. That's not going to happen. So, but by that point, if the season is like a lost cause, Curry's probably missed the entire season. Clay probably not coming back. This season going to be a wash. Draymond, he'll make token appearances here and there. Saying fake injuries here or there. Um, Probably beat up on some bad teams. I don't know. But this is my thing, man. Even though this ain't fair, it's not fair. I get it, but this just brings further questioning into Steph Curry's overall greatness as a player. And please don't take this the wrong way, especially you, Stephen Curry, to go. Don't take it the wrong way. But there's already this narrative out there by detractors of Curry that he's not the type of player that you can build a team around. Excuse me, not that. He's not the type player that individually can carry a team, and that he is a great player, but he's more of a system player. Um, that has and there's a lot of guys like that. Some people feel like as great as Dirk Nowitzki was, he was a bit of a system player. Now he did have that incredible run in 2011, but there are certain guys who, let me put it like this: there's certain dudes that you put in a system, you put a system in play, and they get acclimated in that system, and the team is built around them, and they can put up some extraordinary numbers. But they're not the type of guy that you can give the basketball to and say, "Look, man, we need you to lead us. We need you to get us points, or we need you to do this and do that. Here's the ball. Do what you do." Yeah, they can have some success, but they're not the best ISO guys. And Curry's one of those guys. Okay. So if you're a detractive Curry, if you think, you know, what happened with the boxing one last year with as far as their defense and how they kind of exposed Curry for being slightly one dimensional, then this adds to your argument a little bit. Because up until he got injured, we'll all pretty much agree Curry was not having a monumental season. He looked a little below average. All right, and it is what it is, man. I'm not going to call him a coward because I think that's unfair to call Steph Curry a coward in this situation. you know, but yeah, the Warriors are tanking, and I don't like I said, I don't have an issue with Curry himself, other than the fact that I don't think that he can carry a team on his back, and I think that's been exposed. And I was wrong when I made that video thinking he was going to lead the NBA in scoring. Like I said, this season has kind of changed how I look at Curry. Even in that handful of games he played, I saw enough to see that Curry is not the same player being the lead dog as opposed to being the presumed lead dog or the de facto lead dog amongst a great team. You put the pieces in play with him, put the pieces out there on the court with him, and you have the spacing, the proper other offensive decoys and other options, other shooters. Then Curry's great skill, what his great skill is, becomes an incredible weapon. But when you are able to, as a defense, when you're able to key on that individually, and you don't have to worry too much about other pieces, then it becomes much more difficult for Curry to get off. Um, like I said, I'm not going to call the dude a coward. I think that's unfair. Um, but yeah, I think the season is pretty much a wrap. One thing that does bother me, I said in conclusion though, I don't like how the media, and I said it before and I'll say it again, I don't like how the media tends to handle Stephen Curry with kid gloves with a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tend to have a different set of standards for Stephen Curry and another set of standards for other players. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go around saying, well, Curry's obviously a top 15, 10 player even, but then when he's in a situation where a guy that great should be able to perform on another level, say, well, Curry's only 6'3", he's a small guy, he's just a shooter, you can't expect. No, you can't heap all this effusive praise on a guy, but then when he gets hurt, or not, excuse me, but when he's in a situation where a team has to depend on him more, then he's a little guy, he can't do this and that. Nah, he can't do that. So that's pretty much my only criticism is like, I think the organization's obviously tanking and they're trying to, you know, protect their assets for next season for another run, another championship run. Probably hope that they can get some type of big name free agent because that's what this team needs. They need talent. They got two great scorers slash shooters, and they need another piece. And we've seen that the last couple of years with Kevin Durant being part of this team. Um, I'm telling you another thing too, man. After this year, I think the Warriors should really consider trading Draymond Green, man. And you could replace his, like, he's obviously in decline. What's up, Mike? Hey, what's up? Huh? No, I said I ain't mean to walk right past you like that. Oh no, you cool, you cool. But yeah, he's obviously in decline, and if I were the Warriors organization, I consider trading his ass, man. Overrated.